Or YouTube channel. Yeah, YouTube video. The issue with that is...
all that shit we just talked about earlier about running hairlines and you saying Bolt. And YouTube, like, I didn't press record like an idiot.
Oh.
So, anyway, so double speak, David.
So, I thought about... I'm really upset about the whole hairline thing now.
We'll change it.
Like hairpiece?
We could. His flowing toupee. So, anyway...
It's like, whatever the Sherlock Holmes hat is, that name is his hairstyle.
Speaking of which, have you seen... Now we have Netflix. Have you watched the movie Enola Holmes? Have you heard of it?
No.
It's about the Sherlock Holmes' little sister. Terrible movie. Don't look at it.
I won't. Thank you for saving me the time.
Yeah, everyone recommends it like crazy.
Ugh.
It was terrible. I watched. It's
I'm
like
so
2.5 hours
sad.
long. I made it through almost an hour and a half. And I was like, this is really bad.
Ugh.
It was just really good background noise. So the issue with starting a YouTube channel with tech stuff is generalize the funding.
Yeah.
Because I don't know about you, but I don't feel like doing a video on a graphics card, but then you have to come up with even though it's not a lot of money retrospectively.
I have a passing interest in like brand new technology and shit, mostly because I've never been able to afford it. That's really the big driving factor.
Yes,
and the other thing is that like there hasn't been a big enough jump in technology between cards or phones or whatever for me to be like, wow, this is really awesome. All right, so like that jump between like Sidekicks to like the BlackBerry Storm, I feel like it was like one of the first smartphones. That was a jump.
Yeah.
And then from that to say the iPhone, that was another jump. But then
we're at pretty much stalemate with most smartphones.
we are
now.
stagnating. We're like at like
Phones
we're like 2007, 2008 stagnating. We're like we got fastest we ever could with like keyboard phones and sliding phones, and and like 2.0 megapixel cameras. Like that was our that was a plateau for us, and then we got a jump.
So a great example is you have the S9.
Yes.
S9?
Yes.
I have the S20.
Yes, you do.
They literally went from the S10 to the S20. There was no numbers in between that.
I know, I'm very upset by that.
And do you know what the whole upgrade between the two phones is?
Bigger screen.
Bigger screen.
Bigger battery.
Bigger screen, camera, and hard drive. That's about it. Realistically, not a whole lot of other additions.
Right.
I mean, granted, the camera is supposed to be amazing. I feel like the iPhone is still a 5-year-old camera compared to them.
True.
It has a better camera.
Which one is?
The iPhone.
Yeah, I mean, that's one thing I have noticed. Like iPhones tend to have
the software they use.
So the software, not the hardware stuff, the software sort of dictates how
well it works. The software and the lens they use. Which I guess they have don't quote me on this, but I think they have some kind of trademark on the lens type you use.
Really?
I'd have to look into that. But anyway, so back to the tech company thing. Always want to start the channel. I was like, I'm going to start out by messaging these tech companies. I'll message NVIDIA or Newegg as a tech distributor and be like, what do you guys got for open box idea? And be like, hey, I'm looking at the perspective of starting. I'm looking at the perspective. Not fully planning out, but the perspective of starting a YouTube channel. Right. I'm reaching out to see if there's any products and or promos you can offer me to help me get said products to start this channel so that I have stuff to review. So, I mean, they send me products and whatnot, and then based on how well the video does or doesn't do, or if I produce that video or not, I now have this product. Do I have to start the YouTube channel because they sent me the product? No, like I told you, it's the perspective of starting one. Yeah. I'm thinking of it. Okay. I haven't been dead set, but you sent me a new graphics card, so I thank you for that. Unfortunately, I'm going other ways and not going to start this channel.
See, as much you're always like on the fence with starting a YouTube channel, you have more of a real knowledge, like the back door, like the insides of it, than I ever do. Like this is all new shit to me. It makes sense if I stop and think about it, but I never add within like all this shit.
Well, that's like
knowledge.
My one of my favorite YouTube channels I don't ever watch anymore other than side videos.
Why? They got boring, stagnated.
I just don't watch a lot of YouTubers anymore that I distinctly follow. I don't know why. It's just not something I distinctly watch anymore. But
what was it?
Linus Tech Tips.
Yeah, I haven't watched anything from like
I haven't watched any of his in like a year now. I used to watch. I feel like a lot of it was like before Chris came, before we moved here. It was like even when we first moved in here, I had like a routine. I'd go to work, I'd come home, I'd watch a YouTube video of. It was like Gary with his videos. You come home, or you're before work, whatever, you kind of watch this because it's like taking over of the norm of TV, where our parents, back in the day would come home from work, watch TV, say look forward to a show. I used to be like, oh, a new Lions Detective video.
Yeah.
He literally shows off his warehouse where all these companies sent him tons of stuff to review, and he's just never touched it. It's like, oh, I'm going to review this up-and-coming product. This was sent to me 3 years ago. Well, I guess that's already out. Looks it up. Oh, it was a flop anyways. Good job. And he mocks the companies that send him the stuff, too. He goes,
this is Lions doing this.
Yes, he'll open up some box, and it'll be for some, really cool fan. He goes, yeah, it's a great concept, except that it's literal trash. And it'll be for, an arbitrary reason.
See, and maybe that's why you lost interest, because, you can only do that so many times.
Yeah, I mean, he does give the warehouse tour, a couple times throughout the year. And I feel like after a while, you just kind of run out of content when you're limited to being a video producer of that. They just do tech and tech reviews. So if you're limited by what's being produced by the world around you, there's not a lot to review.
That's true.
If you go from a gap of NVIDIA is not just NVIDIA. NVIDIA is a great example.
Okay.
You went from the 9 series cards, right, which is their 900 series.
Okay.
They're great cards. Even today, they're great cards. Then they came out with the 10 series. So you have the 1050, the 1060, the 106050. That's a weird card. They have a bunch of abridged numbers in there that get stuffed in laptops and are very small cards. I found a 1450 or something like that really weird today. I was like, I didn't know this was a card. It's the size of a deck of cards. It's really small and cute. But you look at these cards and I've been thinking about upgrading my graphics card because I still have a 9 series card. I have a 970. Runs everything that's out today still perfect.
Yeah.
But it's now age. It's 3 years old in my computer, so it's a bit bogged down. I'm like, okay.
But what makes it bogged down though?
Just games becoming a bit more demanding because the card has X, Y, and Z amount of dedicated cores to it. So your processor.
Yeah, but what makes the games more demanding now as opposed to 3 years ago? If the jump has been that significant, so why?
It's pixels. Pixels per square inch and shit like that.
Yeah.
It's this game has more pixels and more shaders and more shadows.
Right.
And there's more stuff to render.
Right.
Whereas a game.
Sorry, time. I got to pay some bills. Kevin Hart said that. So we're gonna stop this conversation because this video is not sponsored by all the products you see here. We're not sponsored by Adidas, Under Armour, whatever that team is, Hoonigan, AutoZone, or Vans Auto actually. That clock. We like to be sponsored by Calypso, if you ever see
Fuck
this.
you, I don't want to be sponsored by Calypso. Bang, hook us up. Red Line America, send us energy drinks.
There you go. Eventually we want to get
Haze.
Purple Haze, this is fair. Mine is not birthday cake.
Yeah, stop making birthday cake. It's
birthday
terrible.
cake is terrible. But we love to be sponsored by NordVPN since they're seeming to.
Or honey.
Honey,
hook us up.
Honey or NordVPN.
I usually got you on my phone.
Got you. He wants his what do you want with Honey? To get discounts on free shit. I want to surf the web anonymously to do nefarious things. Probably mostly pornography, but it doesn't matter. That's not the point. Sponsor us.
I also like NordVPN.
He also likes NordVPN. I've never bought it. I probably never will. Back to the conversation.
But
yeah, if we're actually gonna do this real, that's gonna be the right thing.
What, asking for sponsors?
Yeah,
You just reach out to them and they sponsor you.
Really?
Yeah.
Is that easy? Oh, look at that. More you know. I hope this is still recording.
Yeah, you can just reach out to Hug and stuff like that. Be like, hey, what do you guys think about sponsorship? Yeah, you guys don't have any views yet, but get back to us shortly.
Do you feel uncomfortable that I started recording?
No.
Okay. Because it was because I feel like this is one of these we kept talking about for months and months and for most of the time we lived here. Where'd Chris go?
Sure, why?
What?
Chris?
Chris?
Yeah, sure, why?
Aw.
You want to do a YouTube video?
We are doing a YouTube video
No,
right
you
now.
want to do a serious YouTube video.
Kind
Not
of.
this one. We'll do a serious YouTube video.
Well, this is a pilot. This is
No,
not
we'll do a
fucking
serious one.
serious.
We'll do a pilot one tomorrow. You want to do a pilot one? Chris,
No, this is
you have 2 director chairs on that back porch.
This is gonna be the pilot. This is gonna be the pilot video. It's gonna stay on the internet forever until one of us gets bored and deletes it.
Okay, so a week from now. No, seriously, do you want to do you want to start a YouTube channel?
We already.
Do you want to do it?
I just fucking started it.
No, do you actually? Because if you actually want to,
I have the video equipment. You have the audio equipment.
tomorrow then.
Yeah, but you say tomorrow for a lot of things.
No, tomorrow. Tomorrow at 9 p.m. We'll make our first video.
Oh, no.
I thought that was late enough because we'll both be home, like, just depending on weather if we venture off.
This will be our second video. All right.
Okay.
This will always be number one. This quick blurb of like discussing. Look at what we discussed.
Okay, well then we're gonna discuss what we're gonna do for
the ins
tomorrow.
and outs of YouTube. We just talk about technology.
How much is fabric? How much fabric do you think we'll need for those 2 director chairs out there? Because there's 2, right?
Yes.
There's one.
There's
How much? You can't get out the door.
No, you don't pull the door. Don't pull the door, Chris.
Yeah, it's
nailed shut.
Out here.
Oh, what was I saying? Like she was here when I was
Nail it.
nailing it.
Like 3 feet for 2 feet for the like a foot and a half for the back and like 2. We'd have to get something strong for the seats. Because it's just like clamped
We
down.
don't have those use director chairs like
No,
we
we're
do
gonna
it.
use the director chairs.
You buy canvas material, like tent material.
No, I mean like you can always use like your computer chair and my orange chair for like the interim, and then like while that's being made, we can just use those chairs in the meantime.
Yeah.
Why?
Because I can just fix this tomorrow.
Why are you being so pigheaded about this? Like,
Because I want it to look really good.
you were just fine just sitting like
No,
this
I
while
want
this
it really good.
recording, and I bring up sponsorship, and you